You know what I'm saying? Some people like,
Yeah.
man, I don't worry about. I don't need nowhere to stay. I
No,
got my
because
own
they
place.
want you to handle their wants, their needs while they take care of their wants. And that's the thing. Also, people want to dictate how you help them. Don't dictate how I'm gonna help you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Ain't
yeah,
no long game over here. Because one, I've already done that. And I see that if you make people comfortable,
Mhm.
it'll never change. It'll never
right.
change. Everything pain births progress. Like you got to go through some stuff sometimes to understand that it's some, you know, and some people really realistically, they're just comfortable where they at. They just need a little handout from time to time. They're comfortable
Right.
with their situation. That's why they don't want to think of
Mhm.
moving in with somebody. Let me sacrifice this for a little bit. Let me be uncomfortable for a minute in order to be comfortable later. They don't want that. They're satisfied with where they are. They just want you to spend your money. I ain't doing it. And if I don't feel right getting into a physical altercation with you, I'm not loaning you more than $30.
Right. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to you for a long ass time. I'm gonna talk to
Stop
you so
laughing,
long
Codeine.
you gonna stop asking for shit. You gonna be like,
That's
man,
right.
I want to ask that and this for something, but he keep talking me to death.
Look, you got to start
Uh,
taking out a list of questions like this, like a loan officer at the bank. I need to know
right.
all your business. When do you get paid? How much do you get paid? What are your monthly bills? I'm gonna need to know what your taxes get out. How much money you give your girlfriend every week? What you got going on? How much money you spend on groceries?
And
I
that
need to know
right
all of
there will
that.
cut them
Don't
off.
ask me for shit no more.
That right there will cut them off because they're not gonna want to answer all of that. They don't want you all of their business.
Look,
Because
and don't let
they
them
gonna
have
start
a
telling on
habit,
themselves.
cigarettes, weed, or alcohol. I'm be
Mhm.
like, did you smoke today? You do not need me. You don't need my money.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm.
But yeah,
I'm
like
telling you.
so, like when I had to lean on my family members, like I ain't gonna lie, it was times where I was like, man, they could do more. But then at the same time, thinking like, you know what, I got enough. Like everything I need to do is already in me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just needed to either A, relocate, or B, just, you know what I'm saying, have time to myself away from the environment I was in before. You know what I'm saying? And once
Mm-hmm.
I did that, I started looking at shit differently. I started doing different shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, sometimes it's just a safe space where you ain't gotta worry about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Where you can get
Right.
back to being who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's
Mm-hmm.
better than money because you keep your
Being
sense of
happy
independence.
and being calm, you
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
it does it for
Fucking
me. And
fucking being able to laugh about shit without being drunk or high. You know what I'm saying? Like just
yes,
actually just experiencing human
yes.
emotions naturally. Like yeah, that shit is different.
And it's
You know what I'm saying?
okay. And you don't have to have a reason to be happy. And you don't have to
Right.
have a reason to smile or dance or, like you don't have to have a reason. And sometimes we be so stuck in the hustle and bustle of life that we feel like, gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta, and it just goes back to back to back. When you get to where you can just like relax a little bit less, just a little bit more than you have, then you start to see, okay, this really isn't unmanageable. It's just that I was in a different environment. I just needed to change environments,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I was saying, like, we could just, if you could give someone, I know two people right now that if I had the money, I would pay their bills for a year. I'm talking everything because I know that by doing that, they are going to birth something great
Right.
because they have the drive, they have the potential, they have the plans. One of these people, she's sitting on a business plan that she can't even do nothing with. And I'm telling you, it will make her a lot of money. But she can't grow it because she can't get out of survival mode.
Right.
Because no
Right.
matter how much we want to grow, we got to understand too that shit, if middle class people are struggling, these below poverty level people are really having a hard time. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I know at least two people that I would take and just put them in a space, probably want them to move from wherever they were and just put them in a space where they can just be outside and do things that they love all damn day. And
Right,
I
without outside
guarantee you,
influence.
that's right. And I guarantee, definitely without outside influence, Smith. And I guarantee that that would birth something freaking awesome, because it's about getting them out of that struggle mode, and also getting them into an environment where they're not around people that's so freaking crab in a barrel kind of thinking, you know?
Right, right, right. That's definitely true. Like that's really how I turned my corner. Not necessarily crab in a bucket. In my situation, it was just more or less about uninspired. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
some people they happy or they never seen something greater, so they don't even know how to wish for it. They don't even know how to think about it. They don't even know how to start working for it. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
I was blessed to have like people older than me that actually made moves and took chances and actually made things of themselves. So I had inspiration, regardless of what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? I had inspiration.